is really cool. They started off as a company that only made motorized props. As you can see, this prop here is motorized. And I'm assuming this is influenced very heavily by the show All of Us, or whatever it's called on HBO Max. And here you can see $625 for that little guy. And that guy's $2,577. That Banshee's $582. And that guy's really cool up there. And he just looks like he's a prop that talks, but he's really neat. I don't know how much he costs. But we are here at Beastcraft's booth. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to highlight a lot of the animation companies. And then here is the Headless Horseman. And he's $2,790. And I guess he's giving you the motion that he's throwing the pumpkin. And here we go. How's it going?
How's it going, Larry?
Hey, so give me a little background here of you guys. How did you start the company?
So we've been in business for about 10 years. We've just kind of grown over those 10 years. We started out just doing statics our first year.
Yeah, I remember that.
Branched into animation.
Because I asked you if you could make all of the statics for my hayride.
Yes.
And to give him background, you used to work for Scare Factory.
Yes.
Just like Unit 70. Yes. And then you started your own company, because there was a debate about that. And I was like, yeah. I mean, a lot of the companies here branched off and did their own thing. And now you're doing what you want, and you have making your style of props, which is very unique to any other vendor. So what is your style?
We just try to go with like classic monsters. We try to have like a very muted color palette. We try not to use like a lot of red blood, that kind of thing. We kind of stay away from
theming the monsters seems to be your forte.
What's that?
Theming the monsters.
Yeah, theming them. We try to put a lot of detail into the costumes, like that kind of stuff. Make sure that each character, you know, from the ground up, has all, like, looks complete.
And you're doing this year-round, right?
Year-round.
And do you do anything else? Do you do your own haunted house, or?
This is it.
This is it, year-round. Now, when this show is over, will you still be able to take orders?
Yes. So in the past, like, we were just a very small operation, so we would kind of sell out at the show, and we would have to close orders early. Since then, we've expanded. We've hired on employees and stuff. So
how many staff members do you have now?
We're at 7 staff.
7, wow.
So we have shipping, we have welding.
This is really taking off for you.
Yeah.
Can you show me some of the other props in your booth?
Sure. So the 3 big guys, the first one we have is the Rook. So that's an electric, all electric.
How much is that guy up there?
Just over 5,000.
5,000? Now, over here, I got those. This is pretty cool right here. So is this air driven or motorized?
Yeah, it's a pneumatic piece. So he's got 1 cylinder inside of him.
That's kind of cool because he can go all over the place.
Yeah.
That's pretty clever.
He's just held in by the chains.
Wow, he looks like a real actor. And that thing's only $2,122.
Correct.
And then how much is this big guy? He's $4,700.
Yep.
Now, is he motorized or air?
He is air. So he has a jaw cylinder and he has a neck cylinder that turns his head.
Now, at first you were only doing motorized. Do you prefer air now or both?
It just depends on the character. We don't really have a preference. It's just whatever works for the animation that we're trying to do.
Now you had this bat last year, right?
Yeah.
Is he motorized or air driven?
He is pneumatic.
Dude, that is so amazing.
Thank you.
Did you sculpt that yourself?
Yeah.
So you sculpted that. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you build custom props?
We take custom work in our off season, so if somebody wants like a little bit different paint or they want like a costume change, then like little different color variation in the costume, we take that on throughout the production year. But for custom, like fully custom pieces that like completely go out of catalog, we stick those towards the end of production, like
But you do it.
Yeah, we do it post Halloween.
Wow, that thing, how much is that?
That's $5,730.
That thing is so cool.
So he's got 3 cylinders in his head and cylinders to lift his head.
Is this Dapper Dan? What's this? How'd you get the name?
We were just getting, I honestly don't know where we come up with some of the names. We throw out like 10 or 15 names.
Is it like homage to Disney's Haunted Mansion?
Yeah, that's exactly what the character is. This is actually a closed casket. Dave Junk did the head on this guy. Okay, that's good. I've been trying to do a project with him for probably the last 2 years. So.
That's so hilarious. It reminds me of Jekyll and Hyde Club. You know, like skeletons playing instruments.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Jekyll and Hyde Club in New York?
I never have.
That is so awesome. What was the inspiration? We want to make a Grim Reaper playing a violin. What is the inspiration behind doing that?
There's a pretty famous old wood print that's just a violin standing playing Grim Reaper, like playing violin. We got the inspiration from that.
Now this scarecrow is incredible. He reminds me of Jeepers Creepers. That thing is incredible. How much does that cost?
What's the price tag on that? $3,866.
Yeah, let's see that go off. Oh, there we go with the top hat again. And what do these characters do down here? Oh, excuse me. And these look realistic, by the way.
These are our vultures. We got.
So are they two? Are these the prices of them?
Yes.
Okay, so this one who's animated is $2,600, static is $1,500, and this one I guess has a few less motions.
It has the same. It just is a panner. It goes side to side. So this guy, since his head goes up and down like that, it's a little more complicated mechanism. There's a little more work that goes into his head, but these both are just single cylinder props.
That's incredible. Does this big guy up here move?
That is a static character. No animations in that character.
Now, do you typically, when you come here, do people buy everything you have and take it with you?
Yeah.
Have you sold everything?
Yeah, our booth is sold
100%.
100%.
Now, when somebody places an order with you, how long does it take them to get it?
So it's a sliding schedule. So right now we're guaranteeing by September 1st, but typically like at the beginning of the show, we're looking at like a month to 2 month turnaround, and then as the orders come in, it's first come, first served, so that deadline will.
So if somebody places an order with you now, when do you think you might get it?
By September 1st.
Now, you have a lot of stuff that is cute, right? Like that little pumpkin that's like moving. Do you make something like that specifically because of people who want to do window displays, like for a costume store?
So the little guy, the guy back there, the minion, he was kind of the first of the small characters that we did.
Yeah.
And we didn't really have any intention with it. We just wanted to do a smaller character.
It reminds me of like when I was a little kid and they used to do window displays and you had the little motions. Now you're selling like, when you think about these motorized things, you're thinking about like, oh, I could do window displays with your stuff.
I guess people do all kinds of different stuff with them. But
have you seen anybody do a window display?
I have not seen anybody do it.
Have you seen a lot of home haunters buying your stuff? Because they've really ramped up buying animatronics.
Yeah, we sell to a lot of home haunters. We do like pro haunts, like across the board. It's probably like 50-50.
50-50?
Yeah.
Man, because your stuff is amazing, and you have like something for everybody. What's all the stuff we have over here?
So this is, we sell a lot of these animations. This is our rotator.
And this is what I mean by like a window display. If I had a costume store, I'd buy all these motorized things.
Yeah, we do have some people that do window displays. I kind of was thinking that we didn't. Bill Frazetta does window displays with our stuff pretty much every year. So, you know, that's kind of like a small niche in our like clients that we have. A lot of people put these in like graveyard scenes, out in their yard, that kind of thing. A little fog on the ground.
And you have what?
Probably have we have like a few variations on this. We got Pumpkin Guy. We have like a Mystic with a red cloak, which we sell a lot of. Is on the end over there.
And all your stuff is super affordable.
Yeah, we try to be competitive as we can with the price.
I love this Nosferatu guy. Did you see the movie Last Voyage of the Demeter?
I haven't seen that yet.
It just came out actually on Peacock.
Okay.
So now I think it's on Peacock. You can watch it now.
Okay.
And that is so cool. So if somebody wants to order from you, how do they order? What's your website?
Website is beastcraftprops.com.
And what about, do you have Instagram?
We have Instagram, Beastcraft Props. We have Facebook, Beastcraft Props.
Hey, well, thanks for giving us the tour. Your stuff is amazing. I remember like you had like maybe one booth when you started.
Yeah.
And now you've got both sides of an aisle and it looks fantastic. You're doing an amazing job. Has Haunted Overload bought anything from you?
I don't believe so.
His place, like your stuff is like made for his place. It's just made for it. It would blend right in. When I see him, I'm gonna tell him like,
Send them our way.
send him your way.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Haunted Overload?
I don't think so.
It's a haunted house that is totally, because your stuff is very artistic. His place is very artistic. He's making things out of wood. He's making giant gargoyles that are 80 feet tall out of trees. It's insane. And he's heavy on the pumpkins, heavy on the theming.
Yes, I'm familiar with that. Yeah.
Yeah, your stuff is like would go in there so perfect. But man, your place is amazing. Thanks a lot for giving us a tour. And I've got to get this one myself because I'm doing a Monster Mansion haunted house this year at Creepy World. So I'm gonna like come by and see you and get an order.
Awesome.
All right, well, thanks for the tour.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's beastcraftprops.com.